Hey everyone, it's Mona here at Craft Klatch, and today is Friday. That means it's another Coaster Friday. Today we are going to do a Sea Sponge Coaster. I have thought about doing this for quite a while and just haven't done it, but I want to see how a sea sponge, I'm going to cut it up, put it in resin, and see how it looks, because I feel like it will have some fun texture to it. So we'll give that a try and see what happens. Before I mix my resin, I'm going to start cutting my sea sponge. And I'm going to cut small little pieces just because I don't want the coaster to have to be super thick. I have my resin mixed and I have my little pieces of sponge. And I'm going to pour some resin into another cup and start dropping some pieces in there. I'm assuming the sponge will absorb some of the resin. I'm actually going to pour a layer of resin down first because I just realized I'll probably get bubbles underneath otherwise. Got my lighter. I'm going to pop the bubbles. Okay, now I'm going to take the little pieces that have turned strangely clear and put it down in here. And I'm soaking them in the resin first just so that I won't get nearly as many bubbles. So keep dipping, keep adding. So this is actually not at all how I expected the sponge to look when dipped in resin. I had no idea. But that is why I like to try different things, because you just don't ever know how things are going to react. So this coaster is going to be thicker than I had originally anticipated. Now that everything is covered, I'm going to just take my lighter, and you want to make sure that the sponge is covered because it will set on fire otherwise. And then we're going to let this sit. I would say at least 4 to 8 hours, just to make sure nothing's going to float when we put the next coat on there. And you might want to come back a couple times just to check it out and pop any bubbles. There's a close-up and it's really hard to see. Our sponge coaster has cured, and now I'm just going to add some more resin on it to level everything off. And then I will take my lighter, pop the bubbles, and we'll let that cure a minimum of 12 hours. The coaster is cured, so we're going to pop it right out of the mold. And here it is. Now you can see the sponge in there. It still has a bit of a translucent look to it. There's the front. There's the back, but you can see the details of the sponge. It almost has like a jellyfish translucent look to it. So very cool. So it looks cool against something light, but let's see how it looks against something dark. I thought you would lose all of the definition, but you really don't. Be sure to let me know what you think of the Sea Sponge Coaster down in the comments below. I think it has a very organic look to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like the Sea Sponge Coaster, and I hope you give it a try. Remember, life is too short not to shimmer, so grab your glue gun and your glitter. I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe. Bye, guys.